You know that moment, right? It's so frustrating. You're at home, using an app. Maybe you're listening to music or getting directions, and everything's running perfectly. Then you head out the door, and the second you're outside, it just dies. The little wheel starts spinning, the map is frozen, the connection's just gone.
But here's the thing. Your phone still shows a signal. It was working just fine a second ago, and now it isn't. So what gives? Let's actually break down why this specific thing happens.
First, let's talk about our expectation, which is totally reasonable, by the way. We think that if our phone shows us we have a connection, our apps are supposed to work. Simple as that.
When you're at home, you're on your Wi-Fi network. That signal is strong, it's stable, and it's coming from that little router box somewhere inside your house.
And because of that, every app just feels instant. Videos play right away, websites load, everything flows. The connection is just what you want, fast and reliable.
So, in our minds, the internet starts to feel like a utility, like the power or the water in your house. We just expect it to be there, always on and always the same thing.
Okay, so that's the expectation. Now, let's get to the mismatch. That exact moment where our expectation just completely collides with what actually happens.
As you walk outside, you're obviously moving away from your Wi-Fi router. And with every single step you take, that Wi-Fi signal is getting weaker and weaker.
Then you see it on your screen. The little Wi-Fi symbol vanishes and it's replaced by the 4G or 5G icon. Your phone is telling you, hey, I'm connected to a new network now. And this is the mismatch. Your phone clearly shows an active cellular connection, but the app you were just using is completely stuck. So why didn't the app switch over as cleanly as the phone seemed to? Well, the app fails because your phone didn't just switch signals, it switched between two fundamentally different types of networks. You basically jump from one internet to a totally separate one. See, Wi-Fi is a local network that comes from your router. Cellular data, on the other hand, is a wide network that's run by your service provider. They really are two completely separate systems. Your Wi-Fi is what's called a local area network, or LAN. It's designed to give you a really high-speed connection, but only within a very specific, small area, like your house or a single coffee shop. Cellular is a wide area network, or WAN, and its purpose is the exact opposite. It's built to give you a connection over a huge geographical area, to keep you online while you're on the move. So the real difference here is just how the signal is delivered. Wi-Fi and cellular are built on different kinds of infrastructure because they're designed for different jobs.
And this brings us to the big trade-off. The reason these two systems exist is that each one is optimized for something different, and you can't really have the best of both worlds at the same time.
Wi-Fi, for example, is built for capacity. It's designed to move a whole lot of data very, very quickly. That's why it's so good for streaming movies or downloading big files.
But the trade-off is its super limited range. A typical Wi-Fi signal indoors only really works well for about 20 meters. It basically sacrifices distance to get you that speed. Cellular data makes the exact opposite trade-off. It's built for one thing above all else: maximum range and mobility, covering whole cities and highways. The price for that massive range, though, is that its capacity and speed can be a lot less consistent. Your performance can change based on how many other people are using the network, or even how far you are from the nearest tower.
So here's the crucial part. That moment your app freezes isn't really about having a connection or not having one. It's all about the messy and visible handoff from one of these systems to the other. Think about what your phone is actually doing. It holds on to that dying Wi-Fi signal for as long as it can, and then it completely disconnects. Only after that happens does it establish a brand new connection to the cellular network. For the app, that's not a smooth transition at all. It's a hard stop followed by a restart.
The failure happens right there, in that seam. The app was talking to the internet through one pathway, the Wi-Fi, and that pathway just vanished. It now has to figure out there's a new path through the cellular network, and making that new connection isn't instant.
And this finally explains the confusion. Our brains expect one single internet, because that's what the little icon on our phone suggests. But behind the scenes, the system is juggling two separate networks, and the switch between them is a momentary break, not a seamless flow. So the next time your app freezes right as you leave the house, you'll know exactly what's going on. It's not just a weak signal, it's the tiny gap the app has to cross when it jumps from the local Wi-Fi network to the wide cellular one. This explains why the software behaved that way.